Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 25 of Shattered Image, and this one is titled Mental Health Pending. Sero waited patiently as the lady walked around and got some papers together before coming back to sit down across the table from him. "How long have you known Yin?" she asked him. "Oh, only since the beginning of this term," Sero said. "She came to UA late. She just appeared in our classroom one day. We weren't told we were getting a new student." "Oh, I see," the lady said as she wrote something down. "Has she gotten into many fights at school since arriving there?" Yeah, a few," Sero said sheepishly. "I seem to have been there for all of them." I see," she hummed, writing something down. "How many fights would you say she's been in since you met her?" "Oh, he hummed, counting on his fingers. Bakugo, Ida, Hanny, Did she use her quirk on all of them?" she asked. "Yes," Sero nodded. "What, in your opinion, would you say her demeanour is like when she's using her quirk?" the lady then asked, putting her pen down and interlacing her fingers together under her chin so she could rest her head and listen intently to what Sero had to say. "Yin is very different," he said thoughtfully. "She doesn't look for trouble, I don't think. Well, from what I've seen at school, anyway. Usually. But if someone's standing in her way, she won't hesitate to take them on. She appears to be very confident in her quirk abilities and knows it's game over for whoever it is in front of her, so she never seems to be rattled when confronted. Although," he added, "if she's in a situation where she can't use her quirk, she's very quick to anger." "I see," the lady said. "What about her personality when she is using her quirk? Happy? Sad?" Sero thought for a second, his memory pulling forth all of your malicious grins, either just before you quirked someone or during the time that you were quirking them, and he shuddered. Yeah, she looks really happy when she's using her quirk, but there's a lot of anger there as well." "Is angry but happy a thing?" he asked. "Would the word malicious be accurate?" the lady asked. "With intent to cause harm?" "Oh, yeah. Yeah, she definitely wants to cause harm. That I do know," he said with another shudder, watching as the lady picked up her pen and went to write something else down. "But I don't think that's really her," he added. The lady stopped and looked up at him. "What do you mean by that?" she asked. "Well," he said with a gentle sigh, "there's a pain and a sadness behind her eyes, and she told me she doesn't know anything about her quirk. She got it from her dad, and he won't talk to her about it. Who knows, there might be something behind the quirk that has her this way," he offered. "When my teacher and I found her the other night, she sounded so vulnerable when she asked me not to leave her. I really do think she needs help, but she's too headstrong. She won't ask for help, even if she needs it. She'll see it as a sign of weakness." "What would she say if you suggested for her to seek help?" the lady asked. Sero laughed and then cleared his throat when he saw that she was being serious. No, I don't think she would listen." He chuckled. "You don't seem to realise just how much she needs you," the lady said kindly. "The mirror in Yin's room is filled with one-way glass. We have specialists watching Yin, and they've all identified that you have a gentle control over her. She calms quickly with you." Then she jumped straight into her next spiel of what she wanted to follow on with as far as treatment for you was concerned. "So we would like to send Yin for MRI brain scans to see what's happening in there. This has been ordered by the police, with Hero Eraserhead heading up the case. He said it was important," she added. "Okay," Sero nodded. "I did have a question though. Do you think this is quirk related?" "I think it might be," the lady said, "but we will need to have conclusive evidence. We might need to put Yin through a few other quirk tests too, but if you want to stay here in the guest room so that you can be near to her and help calm her down if she gets worked up, that would be wonderful." I'll have to let my parents know, but it should be okay," he replied with a smile. "Great," she said as she stood up and leaned over the table to shake his hand. He took it politely and shook, then bowed. "Much appreciated," she said, Now I will notify the hospital staff that you will be having an extended stay and will get you a key card so that you have access to the cafeteria to get free food since you might be here for about a week's length, depending on how the tests go. A week? He asked with surprise. That's a long time. I wasn't expecting a week, but okay. Yes, it will take some time, but this is important, she said. Come with me and I will show you back to the guest room so you can rest and call your parents. Okay, thank you, he said, following her out of the room and back down to his guest room. Once inside, she left to go and get his keycard set up, and he rang his parents to let them know what was going on. Naturally, they were curious about who this classmate was, but he said if they had any questions, then they could talk to Aizawa. He didn't want them to think that he was using this as an excuse to skip out on school. It was as he hung up that there was a knock on his door, and he got up to answer it, surprised to see Aizawa standing there on the other side looking as tired as always. Oh, hello, sir, he greeted. Come in. Thank you, Aizawa said as he walked into the room. I believe you've had a talk with the psychologist here. A lady, yes, Sero replied. Good, Aizawa said. This is a very serious case, Sero, he added sternly. It's up to you and I to help Yin. She doesn't know how bad it is yet, but if things go poorly, she could end up in jail for all kinds of charges. What? Sero asked with surprise, his guts twisting with horror. So, what do you mean? There were 5 men she attacked the other night. One had to be put in a medical coma, another with 4 broken ribs, and the other 3 have psychosis relating to their brains being assaulted by her quirk. I need to have her assessed for mental health stability. If it comes back that she has a condition, then we can plead insanity for her case. This will go to court and she will have to attend, he stated. Sero felt numb. So she wasn't acting in self-defense? He asked softly. Aizawa shook his head. No, I've reviewed the tapes. She was looking for trouble, he stated. Sero sighed. I know this isn't her. Yes, she can be really hot-headed and fly off the handle, but she really needs someone to stand by her. Also, she even defended me from Hani, and she deactivated when I asked her to, when she quirked Ida. She did what to Ida? Aizawa asked darkly. Oh, sorry, sir. You must not have known about that. But now she talks to him, and everything's fine. Sero said, I know deep down that she's a good person. She just doesn't know a lot about her quirk, and I think if she did know more about it, then she would understand herself more, and she wouldn't get so angry and go off like that. I'm sure of it, he said. Well, she's going to get tested, so we'll see what happens. Aizawa said, Are you staying here? Yeah, sir, I am, Sero said. My parents might call you to find out what's going on, but they said that it was okay. I'll have students drop your homework to you, Aizawa said, and I will leave now and bring your laptop here so you can attend class via Zoom. Sero's face fell. Yes, sir, he replied in a dead tone. Thank you for doing this, Aizawa added. Don't forget your write-up about the other night too. I want that in by Tuesday. Yes, sir, Sero said again, watching his homeroom teacher leave. Man, I can't get out of anything here, he sighed internally. I guess it's not too bad. I still get to see Yin every day. He thought back to teasing you about him being your boyfriend and smiled when he remembered the flustered look on your face. So she can make those faces too, huh? He asked himself with a smile. Ooh, it's looking a little bit serious. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Chapter 26 coming tomorrow. See you then.